Alright, I had to go inside because it started raining, and I think there's entirely too much road noise, and I'm trying to just burn through real fast with my trees and my berries. Peach tree had a lot of struggles, got diseased, cut it way back. Probably should have cut it back more. I think after this season, I'm gonna cut it way back because it's very lopsided and there's still some evidence of disease. But anyway, it's coming back. They made it through the freeze, and it's already good. Some of the flowers are still on it somehow, so not entirely sure if they're all just gonna shrivel up and die. They're all looking kind of sad, but a few of them look like they might be hanging on. Not entirely sure. But so apple tree, just putting on its first leaves, and this one has actually never even bloomed before. This is year 3 in the ground, so I'm hoping this will be its year. Fig tree, got some frost damage, and like a lot of these things, like I cut them back, and I think I maybe didn't cut back enough. I can still see that there's some frost damage on like the front side of the tree that I guess I didn't look as frost damaged before, so I probably need to come back in and clean that up pretty soon before it gets going too much. Rosemary died completely. This is my hardy kiwi that was just starting to leaf out when we had the last freeze where it was like 20 degrees overnight for a week. And so the stems look okay for the most part. That one looks a little bit dead. But yeah, this one, it's not a very happy spot right there. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong for. It's supposed to be easy. Another one's supposed to be easy that is not for me. Have some volunteer mullein and muscari, which I appreciate. This is a wild, not wild, I mean it's wild in its behavior, but it's a cultivated variety of thornless blackberry. It got broken last year by a storm when it was growing, that guy, so I had to cut it back. It branched into 3 at the end of last year. It was like after flowering, and it went all the way down there, and I cut it back. I did leave one bit pretty long, and I think that's entirely too big for that plant. But again, experiment. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's going to make fruit this year. It didn't do a ton last year, but I think it's supposed to fruit on 2nd year wood, so that would make sense. This boy is a pawpaw, totally unaffected by our 0-degree freezes because those are native. My elderberry, regular elderberry, I believe it's an American elderberry, had some dieback from the frost, but it's trucking along, coming back nicely. All the raspberries, we did have a few, like that guy, and there's one of the bigger ones that got knocked way back and hasn't come out of dormancy, so I'm guessing it's dead. That guy, the bigger boys, I probably need to take that guy out. But it does have, it's got some growth down at the bottom there. Maybe I'll give it another week or 2, see what happens. Blueberry, this is my original blueberry on this property, and I think yeah, looks like it made it through the freeze okay. It was just starting to make flowers, like it had the first tiniest little bud on it, but not a lot, which last year we had the freeze after it set flowers, so it dropped all the flowers. We got like no blueberries whatsoever. That is a blueberry got last year, so it's a youngster. Hopefully it'll be happy here. Its brethren are. These are pink lemonade blueberries, which I did come through and trim up some dead ends, and I guess I missed one there. And then all the raspberries down here seem to be doing okay. They had a little bit of dead ends and stuff that I trimmed up the other day. This was essentially ground covered by strawberries, and you can see there's still some in here, but they're very sparse. So I don't know how much we're gonna have in the way of strawberries this year, because this was kind of the main place for strawberries last year. So, but honestly, it was probably time to pull most of them out. So hopefully these are all newer plants. And it was just the older ones that weren't gonna fruit anyway that died off. So I would have no way of knowing how to freaking weed those out and tell which one's from which. Well, yeah, the end.